Hi everyone. This week we're meant to talk about what we're passionate about. So I kind of spent a lot of time thinking about what is the thing I am most passionate about, because I like a lot of stuff. I like playing Spyro on my PlayStation 1, that is epically old. I like reading books, like The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. I like my adorable pets, like this one, who's called Simba, after the Lion King. I like my Nerf guns and Humans vs Zombies. I like Nerdfighteria and all the wonderful people I meet and all the projects I get to be involved in. But when it gets down to what I actually couldn't go without, and it would be hard to go without a lot of those things, well, all of those things. The one thing I could not go without is maths. Why yes, I know that is a weird response. Most people hate maths, and I know that a large proportion of the people watching this just kind of groaned. I'm sorry, I know it isn't for everyone, but I love maths. It's kind of like it fills up my brain. I don't know if any of the people here are artists or writers, but you know how when you're doing that you kind of create a world and you create images in front of yourself and there's this whole wonderful creation? That's me with maths. I'm putting together the pieces of this giant puzzle. Now, there is a basic assumption in maths that you're always going to have one correct answer. Even in probability, where you can have multiple answers, you work out what the probability of getting each answer is. So 1 plus 1 will always equal 2. It's not 1 plus 1 will sometimes equal 1, but it'll sometimes equal 2. The problem that a lot of people actually had with this question was that half of them thought one answer was correct, and another half thought the other answer was correct. And mathematicians don't like it when they don't know the answer, and the debates actually got really, really heated. So the problem is, you're on a game show, and now there are 3 doors, and the host asks you to pick one of the doors. You know that behind one of the doors is a car, and behind the other 2 are goats. And just in case that you are hoping to prove me wrong and this entire question blown out of the water, you do not want one of the goats. You want the car. So you pick one of the doors. Just say you pick door 1, for simplicity's sake. The game show host knows what is behind which door. So from doors 2 and 3, he picks one of the doors that has a goat behind it. So now you're left with knowing that one of the doors has a car behind it, and one of the doors has a goat behind it. The game show host asks you, do you want to stay on the door you've picked, or do you want to swap doors? What do? If you just pick stay on the door that you already had, you just lowered your chances of winning a car. Also, if you think you've heard this problem before, you might have. It's in the film 21, and it's in the book A Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. But I know, you don't care about those things. What you care about is, why the hell did I just not win a car because I stayed on the door I picked? Wasn't the game show host just trying to worry me and throw me off? And no, you were actually better off swapping doors, and I'm going to explain why. The trick with this question is the wording. It tells you that the game show host knows exactly what is behind each door, so he picks the door that has a goat behind it. So what happened when you picked door 1 is you had a 1 in 3 chance that you picked a car and a 2 in 3 chance that you picked a goat, which, isn't fantastic. Behind doors 2 and 3, there is a 2 in 3 chance that there is a car behind one of them. Now, if there's a car behind one of them, the other one has a goat behind it. If there is a goat behind both doors, then there is a goat behind at least one of the doors. So no matter what happens, there is a goat there for the game show host to open up the door on. Because if there is a car behind door 3, the game show host is going to open door 2. And if there is a car behind door 2, game show host will obviously open 3. So he's condensing the probability of the car being behind 2 doors into 1 door. So he has actually created a probability scenario where behind the door you picked, there is a 1 in 3 chance there is a car, and behind the other door that's left, there is a 2 in 3 chance, whereas normally if he just randomly picked a door, you would have a 50-50 chance either way. If you're not following me, helpful diagram should be on the screen now. But why was this so cool for the world of mathematics, you ask? The thing you need to understand is the first time a lot of people heard about this problem was in a column by a woman who would write these mathematics columns in this magazine called Parade. And when she published this, she got a lot of outraged letters back, many from really influential mathematicians, or at least people with PhDs who like writing angry letters. Just to read out a few of the responses. You're in error. But Albert Einstein earned a dearer place in the hearts of people after he admitted his errors. Frank Rose, PhD, University of Michigan. May I suggest that you obtain and refer to a standard textbook on probability before you try to answer a question of this type again? Charles Reed, PhD, University of Florida. I am sure you will receive many letters on this topic from high school and college students. Perhaps you should keep a few addresses for help with future columns. W. Robert Smith, PhD, Georgia State University. Quite possibly my all-time favourite, because the columnist was a female. I still think you're wrong. There is such a thing as female logic. Don Edwards, Sun River, Oregon. If you still don't agree with me, or want to read up on this problem further, I'm going to put some links down in the doobly-doo about it. Bye! DFTBA.